Hi guys, I am back with another process video. This is going to be for, excuse my arm, this is going to be of a picture of my niece, and it's going to talk about the dedication. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a layout, and the insert, when I insert it into the page protector, it's going to have an open back frame here, so I might double side this area and then gut this paper, and I think I'm going to back it with this paper also, like a double layer, and then I might even make a frame on this side because I want the dedication to show through on the other side. And I'm gonna, in the page protector, it's gonna be just this one layout because I want to hold on baby, I'm gonna make a story about the dedication on the actual photo. So this is going to be my page right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'll put you on fast forward now, and I'll bring out the rest of the things that I have in mind to use for this layout. Thanks for watching. All right, hi guys, I am back with this video, like I said. Anyway, let me go ahead and start. I did mat this photograph with a black and white frame, and I did use this red cardstock. Most of the, I was going to say ingredients, but most of the materials that I used are either from my stash. Well, they're all from my stash, but in particular, the backing of the photo, I used Me and My Big Ideas paper pack from, this was from 2014. I bought it at Michael's when it was on clearance for like 70% off. I did back it with some cardstock. I don't know where I was going with all of this, and I was kind of jumbled up because I was still trying to figure out where and how to cut a window for the back of the dedication that my niece wrote, because that's the actual story. The front of the picture, it's going to be like a 2-in-1 layout, and I'm going to try a Scrap Saturdays twist on it because she usually does her 8.5 by 11 layouts, and then she uses the back piece of the paper as well, like directly, but she uses a different picture. I'm kind of doing a twist on that where I am looking to use the same picture because I want to the story is actually about the dedication on the back of the front of the picture. On the back of the picture. Yes. So it's a picture of my niece, and this was like in 2003. She just had her second baby boy this past March on the 22nd. And here I'm using that same Mambi paper pack. I am cutting up some snowflakes by hand. I could have gone to the silhouette. I know I have a ton of Christmas layouts, but I was doing this like partially at night during the day. And I went ahead and I cut up a bunch of them using that paper from that paper stack. And if this is going too fast, I am really sorry. I did have to speed this up 8 times. And even so, this this video is pretty long. It's almost nearly 20 minutes long. So if you are not for long videos, at least stick to the end so you can see the close-ups of the pictures and the front and the back. This is kind of a 2-in-1 layout process video because I do actually do the front and the back of the layout. As you can see there, I cut holes or windows. It's so awful. It sounds awful to say holes, right? For the layout, but I cut a window to the back of the dedication, and I guess I had never noticed what it said in the back of the photo, or maybe I did and I thought it was funny, but I found these pictures recently in my drawer. There's a number of them that I will find and that I will have videos coming up for. But I read it, and at her age, I mean, she must have been maybe 9, I think she said. I can't remember. Oh, I'm going to have to ask her again, and then I'm going to have to write her age down on this because it was hilarious. It says to Tia Daisy, which Tia is Spanish for aunt, and it says my favorite aunt, and then in parentheses she put besides Tia Corey, which is my little sister, my youngest sister actually. And my niece is so sweet. She never wants to have us, like, she never makes it a competition of who she likes more. But I guess at this age, she was so innocent. And she also thought her Tia was her favorite, the youngest one. So it was just so funny to me that at her age, and she wants to be really sweet and include everybody and not hurt anybody's feelings, that she had to mention that just in case, somebody besides me read her dedication. So I grabbed another red pattern, and I did use that to back up her photo also as a second mat. And part of that I used, and so I used it on the flip side. So I'm decorating both the front and the back at the same time. I did the snowflakes, which I didn't do with a lot of dimension. And then I did point out that I had some puffy foam stickers that I did get from the Target dollar spot from this past year. I am using this pink and red stripe mat from, I believe it's KI Memories. And also the black and white paper is from the Pink Paisley Merry and Bright collection. And that came in my 2014 Scraptastic Kit Club. This Must Be the Place. From 2014, December of 2014. So that's where that came from. It was a 6x6 paper, and I just split it in half so I can put it on the top and bottom of that die cut matted paper. So I wanted something to frame this, and I didn't have the idea until I actually read the dedication. I was originally only going to do the front of the picture, but I just thought the story was so hilarious. And here, I didn't know how I was going to fix this situation with, I'm sorry, I got all tongue twisted, with the dedication, but I knew that I had to scrap that. And here I'm using some Heidi Swapp foil glitter stickers. This is from my challenge that I have, my personal challenge that I have for myself. I don't have a series for it, but I know that I am using my stash in particular, this Heidi Swapp stash, that box of stash that I have. And I'm using that for the front, and I do use some of the snowflakes from another collection, also from Heidi Swapp, and they are also gold glittered. The black alphas that I use come from the Scraptastic Kit from 2014 December, and the white letters were from my stash. Excuse me, here I am shopping for some letters, and I know that I do want to use 2 different fonts. I've never tried that. I always find that I don't make a good combination or something, so it always is kind of daunting to try and mix 2. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Mix 2 fonts together. Oh, I did show the screen to my phone because I am bad with grammar sometimes. And so a tip for me, whenever I'm unsure of spelling something or like where the quotation goes, with possessives and all that, I always get it mixed up. I am so sorry about that. My niece and I are talking, actually, the one that I'm making the layout about. So here it is. I went to check with Siri. I just pushed the button where it has the microphone where you can ask her stuff. And I just said what the title that I wanted to use because I wanted to make sure that I put the apostrophe on there correctly. And so I did that. So that's a little tip if you don't know that, or if you always have trouble spelling and you want to make sure that you don't have any mistakes. I might even have mistakes in my journaling, but I try and fix that as best as I can. This gray paper is border punched with the KI Memories double emboss. What is it called? I have it here. Double embossed dotted lace punch. And I love this punch. It's one of my go-tos. And I use gray paper that says Season's Greetings, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. And that also came from the Merry and Bright collection. Excuse me. So I am working on the back. I'm trying to put down the title of the back of this layout, which is, I mean, it's the entire, it's like a whole layout, but it's a 2-in-1, I guess. I don't know how to word it. But I did have to finagle an E and I believe an N for the title because I am running low on these thickers. I find myself not using thickers that much. I end up using stickers, like embellishment stickers for titles or even project life cards. And so I find myself not using the thickers as much until I saw that they were starting to tear. So these were fairly new, the ones with the black title, and the white ones still seem to be in good working order. Just a second, please. All right, so I'm back. And here I am using as you can see, I tried to show a quick, I'll probably do a freeze frame of the sticker sheet set that I used for the snowflakes, but it is a Heidi Swap embellishment set. And here I wrote out my journaling I printed it out. I did use a silhouette font from a font from the Silhouette shop. It's the Cotton Candy LD Cotton Candy font. That's what it's called. And I printed it out, and here I'm showing you the finished product. I did end up in the close-up, it shows that I did end up using a date stamp and that I did use these iridescent sequins from the Target dollar spot. And I do end up using some golden red sequins, and I think I do a review of the embellishments and the products that I used at the end of this video. I'm going to come out with a voiceover in the actual video. Stay tuned. All right, so I am officially done with this layout. I went ahead and did a couple of extra things, and I'm going to explain what I did. I believe that when you last saw the video, I hadn't added a third cluster embellishment. And so I decided to use one more of these embellishments that came from I believe it's the 2014 Scraptastic Kit Club. It's called the Wonderful Kit from December 2014. Oh no, it's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year kit. That's what it was called. Anyway, it's from December 2014 from Scraptastic Club, and sadly they're no longer in business, but I also didn't keep my subscription for very long either. So anyway, it came in this embellishment kit from, or ephemera pack from Pink Paisley. And I just have a few more embellishments left, or ephemera packages. And I used these. This one came from there too, and these two, and the circle. I did use some Heidi Swap stickers, and I think I pointed them out in the video, or actually brought them in the video at one point in time. I will do a freeze frame of that in case any of you didn't catch it, or look out for it when I do a freeze frame for it. I also outlined the journaling with a gold Sharpie, and these came in a 3-pack, like a silver and a copper one also. But unfortunately the gold one doesn't work all that well. I like the effect that it gave it, so I don't really mind it. And I also used some, what is that one pen called? The one that does the sparklies. I can't find it either right now. Anyway, I did that, and then I also went ahead and I outlined these white letters with a black precise V7 rolling ball pen in the Fine Point by Pilot. I used that because I didn't want a lot of emphasis on it, but I just wanted to help it jump out a little bit more. And then I added a glitter heart, another glitter snowflake on this from the Heidi Swap embellishment sticker pack, a glitter red heart, and that makes this part of the layout complete. I'm going to consider this a second layout only because it is the other side of this same layout. I consider them like a 2-in-1. So I'm gonna consider this page 21 and then this one page 22 since I finished this one today. And they're on, I had to embellish and decorate and set up a layout for the back of it as well. Which what I wasn't considering until I actually thought it out and through. And I added a few more things here. I did order, I did add some large gold. All right, so I don't know where it left off. I was going to start to talk about this side of the layout because I did add a few extra things. I went ahead and added a label right towards the bottom because I noticed that I didn't have a date for the picture itself. It did have it on the picture towards this corner, but since I only made a hole, a peep window, only on this part of the picture, that hole for the date would have been like somewhere around here or here. I can't remember what side it was. So what I did was I went ahead and used the Heidi Swap stamp, and I used the December with a little heart, and then I used the same little numbers, but the 3 kind of got away from me. Anyway, I also added some gold sequins, some red sequins. There's smaller and bigger red ones, and smaller and bigger gold ones. And then I added these iridescent ones also. And the iridescent ones were from the Target dollar spot. And the red and gold ones are possibly Teresa Collins or a regular style, like a generic sequins package. But that's about it. That's all the other extra that I added on here. I hope you enjoyed this layout. I know that the process video wasn't quite about the same. I started doing steps of the layout, and then I stopped the camera, and then I restarted once I either remembered or finished the tedious process, because a lot of this was kind of tedious, like cutting these out and gluing them, or the same thing with the snowflakes, or hand cutting them out. But once again, I used one of these labels from Teresa Collins. These were on clearance on Joann's a while ago. And I also used this Heidi Swap date stamp. And I actually used the Heidi Swap ink, which wasn't bad. And this was from Michael's a couple of years ago. And I used, just to recap, I used some of these cutting dies, some of the one mat from this Kane Company stack. I used the Happy Memory, which is right over here, that one. I used from this sticker sheet set from, I believe these were also from Joann's, I can't recall. Anyway, and then this Mambi sheet set. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to get back to you if you have any questions. Give it a thumbs up if you liked either side of the layouts. And thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.